how's it going? Get all situated over here. Hopefully everybody's had a good week. Happy Friday Eve, as I like to call it. Okay, there we are. Perfect. How's everybody doing? Okay, you guys, I'm going to post this here at the bottom. So this is not a kit today. This is a collection. Hey, Karen. Hello, hello, Teresa. Okay, great. Pin the collection down at the bottom. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. How have I not used this yet? Saw this and we were like, oh, we got to do a greenery because I did the other one with the bead grass. But see, this has a mixture of the bead grass in it too. And it's like super bright and pretty for, you know, end of spring, beginning of summer. So I know, woo woo, Friday Eve. So happy. So we got in the collection. So of course I'm going to be using an 18-inch grapevine. Y'all, it is round, but I squish them. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I will grab this and I will push it up against something like that. And I always make it more oval. They'll kind of see. They'll do it. They'll do it. So I grabbed 3 of these. And then we wanted to do an everyday ribbon. So y'all, what about this? Right? So we have our beige, black and white, and then we have this beige with the black polka dot and black edge. So really, really neutral. So we thought, why not? Let's do this. And these are super, I mean, look how much stuff is in these. Okay? So we're going to make that into something really pretty. I think that we should do a bow first. I want to put my greenery in there. Ooh. I already kind of gave it a little bit of a haircut. It does have a couple little pieces here that are a little ornery, so we're just going to snip those off. But unless it's going to scratch the door, I'm not going to worry about it. Hey, Stella. If you guys would not mind spreading the love, I greatly appreciate it. So I was thinking of doing a big bow here, kind of going down, and then just making greenery all around it. And y'all, I got a lot of this. So let's make a big bow. How about we go there? So we're going to use our bow maker, you guys. Hey, Dee. Hey, Kathy Austin. How's everybody doing? Let me get some zip ties over here. So yeah, we're going real neutral here, right? This is like an everyday. Remember, something that you can use all year long. Doesn't have to be for a specific season. Something like this is perfect for that. And of course, we've got to throw some black and white in there. And now we could have gone gingham, but we wanted to do this more diagonal check. We thought that was nice. Hey, Dawn. So let's start here. So we're going to start off with our 2.5. Let's see. And we're going to do this tail. We're going to do the tail about 7 inches. Yep, 7 inches. Hey, Mimi. Okay, and then we are going to do our first loop. I'm starting off with a bow because I want to have the bow in place and then work the greenery around it. We're going to do our first loop at around 6.5. Y'all, I've been selling Patriotic. If you guys have Patriotic or are working on Patriotic, put it out there. Because customers are buying. Let me tell you. I'm trying to shovel my way out of my car from been clearing 2 to go. But don't give her knee deep and everything. Send out an SOS, girl. We'll come find you. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to make the bow here, and then I'm going to have it looped down. Okay? I'm going to do it that way. So I'm going to make this tail, we're going to make this tail, so it goes like that. Probably a little bit long, but we're going to go with about 24 inches downward. Yeah, I got a little ways over the weekend, but here it is, another weekend coming up, and yeah. Is what it is, friends, is what it is. Hey, Tina. Okay, so we're dovetailing this, and we're just bringing it down about 1/2 inch on that tail, okay? Same thing on the loop here, you guys. This is going to be about 6 inch. So we started off with 6.5. Next one's going to be 6. Okay, so we're going to bring this one. I'm going to bring that one or the other one. I think we're going to do this one. We're only going to make 2 of these long, okay? So now we're going to come in, and this ties in both of them since it has the black and beige that we like. So this will be a nice everyday. Okay. Let's see here. So we're going to bring that once again about 1/2 inch down. So usually I'll stagger those tails a little bit. So this one is going to be a 5.5. So did anybody pick up any florals in the 25% off? I think it ends, I went on there earlier and it was still on there, so I think it ends tonight at midnight. So y'all better run if you want any florals. I'm going to tell you right now, I picked up some sunflowers. I'm going to make something sunflower. So we're going to cut this, that's about 8 inches. Okay. So now, I'm going to come back in with this 2.5. Once again, about 1/2 inch down. And we're going to make this one a 5. Y'all are getting a little crazy here. I know, I'm adding some extra loops on here. Okay, brings in a little bit more of that neutral again. So this one's going to be about 7.5 inch tail. So I wanted staggered. I still want to be able to see my stuff. Hey, Tracy. And then we're going to finish it off with a loop of this black and white. So my loop, so once again about 1/2 inch, but my loop's going to be 3 inches. I didn't realize that until a while ago. I always make my center loop 3 inches. Okay, y'all, there's my bow. I had a couple extra loops in there because I wanted a kind of a little bit bigger bow. Actually, no, I was going to do a brown one, But since I did this black and white center, I'm going to do a black one. Now we're going to come in with this. Put our zip tie through the back. And now we're going to spread out these loops. Turn it the right way. Okay. Hold on, you guys. The zip tie is not in the center, which I would like it to be. So I got to move it a little bit. There we are. Okay, here we go. Okay, first of all, I always like to move my tails. Okay, so these are going to be my long tails. So now we're going to come in here and we're going to start moving these loops around. I'm also going to move it around once I have it up there, just to see what I want to, you know, how I want this. Ooh, that did not twist all the way. You guys, if you ever have, okay, so I'm going to bring it up real close so you can see. So see how that's flipping over? All you do is get your needle nose and go in there. And because it's a needle nose, it's going to be able to twist it back in. Okay? Let's give this a little tug. Okay, and we have a nice big bow here. It's an everyday bow. So look at that. We have our beige. We have our polka dots. We got a lot of stuff there going on. We see our black and white. And remember, when it goes up on a wreath, it's going to go like that. Hey, Vanessa. Okay. So we're going to put this up here, you guys. Once again, you put it through the grapevine. So you know what? Let me... There we are. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better since we're done with that. So right there. And we want to make sure we put it through the grapevine. Maybe if I can see. Alright, I'm like I'm doing it by feel, and then it's not going in there, so hold on. This is a combination of two things. My daughter did my nails yesterday, and I haven't had them done in a while, so I'm getting used to it. And it's a pretty thick grapevine. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got our bow up here. We're going to tighten that. Tighten that a little bit more, actually. It's a little loose. I don't want it that loose. Then we're going to work greenery around it, which is going to make it even tighter. So what I'm going to do here is I want this to go right about here, okay, like so. So we're going to cinch, we're going to make sure when you're doing this, the one thing I always like to make sure is that it's centered. Then we're going to find our spot here and we're just going to cinch it. Okay. Now it's going to give us a nice little loop here that we're going to put right there. Let me get... Get a zip tie on here real quick. So you can do this with a pipe cleaner. Hey, Amanda. But since it's going to go on a wreath, I want to do it with a zip tie. Now sometimes I will just put the zip tie just straight in. Other times I will do this. And then I'll come in with that. It's a little extra, but it's okay. Okay, so we're going to be doing this bit. Now we're going to be adding greenery, okay? See, that gives us a nice little loop there. Now it's going to be in place. Okay. Here's our bow, you guys. And now we're going to be adding greenery all around this, okay? There we go. There's the start. Right. Veronica, no, this is not a kit. This is actually a collection. Hey, Barb. We're making an everyday grapevine with this. So this has been in the Wreath Shop there for a little bit, and we realized we hadn't used it. Because I keep trying to use different greenery to show you guys. Because I always feel like greenery is one of those things you don't know exactly what it looks like until you grab and put your hands on it. So I've been trying to kind of incorporate greenery more and show you guys what it looks like. This is a collection. It is not a kit. It is pinned at the bottom. Collection meaning you can buy. It's not a kit, right? So you can go in and if you go to the pin at the bottom, it'll take you over to everything that I'm using, which is the 3 ribbons and then the grapevine and 3 of these. But look how much is in this. So I'm going to cut one of these off and show you. Look at each one. See all the different textures? So we wanted to use this. This is not a pusher, which means that if you want to make it smaller, you're just going to have to cut it, okay? I'm not going to be able just to push it. So we got our bow in there. And now we're going to come in, and I always like coming in right behind my bow. There we are. And it has begun. Now that's going to be my guide for everything else. So yeah, you can do so you can also use this greenery to make one similar, you know, like the bead one that I did where I went all the way around. Because this is a really nice one. See, and here's the other. So that was one stem, here's the other one. So you see, it has this, and then it also has this. So this one's slightly longer, but this one has little bits of the bead grass in it. So this one, I'm probably going to cut this one, I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm going to start adding some of this behind my bow. Or around my bow, underneath my bow. Okay? So we're coming in here. Don't do it. We're coming in underneath our bow here. Okay? I always like doing it underneath my bow first because it kind of makes, it's kind of like the guide for everything. Now we're coming in underneath here. also going to make my bow kind of, you know, stand out a little bit more. Hey, Sharon. So now we're coming in with this one, and I'm going to cut this one up too. Because this is the other one, right? There's two different stems in here, so this one we're going to incorporate that. So we're going to put this underneath. Putting this all around. So this is going to be really pretty for an everyday. Like I said, we're using really neutral colors, so or bow ribbon colors, so that you can pretty much use it for any of the holidays. So we're just going to start working some of our other greenery all the way around this. Okay. Now I'm going to alternate with the two stems, so I'm not going to want to put bead grass next to bead grass. It'll be, you know, one of these and then the other one. We're going to work that around. It's going to go right there. So how's everybody doing? Y'all, today could not make its mind up. So it was kind of warm, then it was kind of hot, then it was raining. It was like a true Texas, hi, I'm here today. We had everything. We had sunshine, we had thunder, we had rain. Okay, and all we're doing is just going through. Oh, did I just drop some greenery? I did. I somehow pushed that off of there. I'll find where it came from. I don't know. Okay, that's okay. We'll find a spot for it, trust me. Okay, we're going to add some more up here. So anybody else go through, I feel like Texas, it's like it's so confused in April and May. Like it's not sure what it wants to do. We know what it wants to do in August, and August it just wants to burn me alive. But before that, no. So it's going to be top heavy right now because I'm working on it. So you're going to see it trying to go lean or trying to go crazy. It's okay. We'll fix that. What did I put there? Oh, there. Okay. Remember, this is just one of these. I got 3 of these bushes. But look how nice and full just having that one is already made it. Okay? We had the same thing I was saying here. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, do I want to put the AC on? Do I not want to put the AC on? What do I want to do, man? August, forget it. August, it knows what it wants to do. August is just ridiculous here. So. Finished making dinner, now resting. Oh, nice. What'd you have for dinner, girl? What you made? Oh, let's see. Okay. Right, Veronica's going to tell us, and then we're going to be like, ooh, that sounds really good. My husband always gets off work late, so we always eat late. Darling, yes, exactly. 4 seasons in one day. Texas does not disappoint. Okay, so we're just coming in there. There we go. Then I'm just going to keep adding on down here. Yeah, so I'm gonna get off of here. Let's see what we're gonna do for dinner, right? God, it's so funny. We crack up because so yesterday my husband wanted to get pizza, right? He's like, I want pizza. But my husband loves Little Caesars pizza, which a lot of people do not like. Okay, I love, and it's okay. It's, you know, it's nothing to write home about. But to me, I love their breadsticks. So I'm like, okay, we'll get pizza. But he's so funny. That is like his favorite. He's like, but it's Little Caesars. And I'm like, I know. I know what it is, sweetheart. Yanking on this and they pulled this. Oh, there it is. Like, I tend to like, I do love Hawaiian pizzas. Pepperoni, double pepperoni. That's kind of like my jam. That's the one I really, really enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these, cut it up, and I'm going to start adding in the center here. Since I'm putting them outward, I also want to make sure that I'm putting them in the center. So yeah, so no pizza for him today. Although I think we have leftovers, so there's still some left over. I think my daughter's out there right now trying to read those. Now just leave me some breadsticks and then we do it. We're just putting these in. I know when Lisa and I go anywhere, she loves Hawaiian. Hawaiian's her favorite. I love Hawaiian pizza too, but my favorite is the double pepperoni. Her favorite is Hawaiian. She needs a good Hawaiian pizza. Y'all, and they've traumatized her before because apparently Domino's started adding, I don't know if this is just around here or everywhere, but Domino's had started adding bell peppers, green bell peppers. That was one. I'm now working. Each one is this big, and I grabbed 3. So I'm working now on bush number 2. Yeah, that's just one. They're huge. So this is why I hadn't used these, and I'm like, I gotta show this one. This one's just amazing. It's so nice and full. You know, this is like 1.5. Y'all, I keep messing with these. You ever do that? You're too rough with it, and then I gotta go back and find where it went. Yeah, they're huge. So I'm just going in and filling in all the spots here. That's the thing with the greenery ones too, right? You want to make sure they're all nice and pretty and they're all full, but that's like a very nice, vibrant one. And then it's like one's longer like this, and then the other one's so they're staggered in size as well, that's really nice. I always like when they do that. Yes. Yeah, that's why I said I can't believe I hadn't used it in something yet. So I'm like, I gotta show this one. So I'm like, it's so nice and big and full, and yeah. This is really one of those, it's like, it's a bang for your buck. You know, you're gonna get a lot of greenery. If you put this into a mesh wreath, I mean, you're gonna have so much. But I'm going to use it here on a grapevine to show you guys, you know, how easy you can just come in with one of these and just make a really nice everyday greenery wreath. You had Wendy's? I love Wendy's. So I'm one of those people where I don't get a lot of fast food, but when I do, like, okay, so like I'll get Wendy's, I get the baked potato. My husband's like, you have to get a burger. I'm like, but I want a baked potato. I go to McDonald's. If I go to McDonald's, I get chicken nuggets. I do. I was like, what? Like, oh no. Yeah, it's nice. It's the thing that I like is if you look at this, see all the different textures. So you've got this wispy, you've got this like eucalyptus, you've got the bead, You've got, you know, regular grass. Hey, Trina Hall. So yeah, so it is very nice and lush, and you know, you could even use this as a base and add something like magnolias. You know what? That's not tall enough. I think I'm gonna need to move that over a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put that in here. Okay, so I'm going to add more down here, spread some of these out. So yeah, this is, okay, this is before I cut it. Look how much, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these stems. Each one of these has 7 of these stems. So you're talking a lot of greenery here, okay? Look, I need one right there. Sometimes you'll do one and then you're like, hey, that goes right there. Okay, so we're trying to add all the greenery, nice and fullness here. I'm gonna have to put a little loop on that so it doesn't keep moving until I'm done with it. It'll shift a lot of times when you're putting weight. And do you sell that greenery? Yes, it's sold at the Wreath Shop. It is pinned at the bottom. If you just click the link, it'll take you over and it'll have a listing of everything that I'm using for this project. Okay, this is a collection, it is not a kit. Just meaning that you can just buy everything separately. Sometimes people don't want it as lush. Maybe they just want to use 2. Maybe they just want to use 1. Just make it really simple. Once again, you guys, if you guys do not follow me on my page, my name is Sonia Thompson. I'm the owner of the Red Rustic Rose, and I collab with the Wreath Shop, and I come on here and make pretty things. So sometimes it's the kids, sometimes it's a collection. This is a collection. Okay, so we're just putting that into our grapevine here. Should have put a lip before I started it. Okay, we're going to put another one down here. Okay, y'all, this is making me crazy. Hold on. Hold, please. I'm just going to make a loop so that it doesn't keep shifting like a crazy. Like it's lost its mind. Okay. I should be in the right. There we are. Now it's not going to be fighting me to where it wants to go. It's going to go where I want it to go. Okay, so you see how we're adding all this here. I'm going to add some more going down. So, but look how nice and green that is. I mean, that is just perfect. So now I'm going to use one of the longer pieces to add length on the bottom down here. Put this one here, and I'm just going to move that up. The other thing is too, because it's got a nice wire, you can always move these around, okay? I'm going to put another little piece right there. Hey, Sarah Jennings. Just telling them, Sarah, this is a collection. This bush has a lot in it. It's really nice. Tell them they could use it for this. They can put it into a mesh wreath. This is a lot of possibilities, guys. But see how we're adding in? So see how nice and full this is? How this is going down here. I'm going to add a little bit more up here. Yeah. So I said, I can see it right there. I can see it in the camera. Sometimes you don't see it right away when you're looking at it, and then when you start putting it in, you're like, hey, that's got a little bald spot right there. Thanks, Emma. I am using that third bush. I know, I grabbed two, and then Sarah's like, take a third one. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I will tell you that it is nice and full. This is nice and full. A nice full wreath. See, and I got a little spot right there. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We could use it. This is something that is perfect that you can add as a background bush for something else. I even said sunflowers earlier. Yeah. See, we start filling that in, but look how pretty that is. Nice greenery. But this is nice and full. And we add one right here. To kind of even that out a little bit more. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see how nice that is. And I'm probably going to add a little more pieces, a couple more pieces underneath the bow right there. But look how everything else is nice and full. It's a nice full one. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always leave a couple little pieces just in case, you know, you look at it and you're like, okay, I need a piece there. I need a piece there. So we're coming in here. There we are with that. But look at that, you guys. Getting our bow there. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, look how, what was that? Oh, probably spend more time talking. Let me take this off of here and I'll show you guys. But look how full this is. We've got our neutral bow. We've got our greenery going down. I mean, this is perfect. You could even come in here, add a couple magnolias. You could add some sunflowers. You can even add some lemons onto something like this. And because this of all the greenery, they'll just pop. Thank you, you guys. Remember, you guys, this is a collection. It is not a kit. It is pinned at the bottom. The other thing, you guys, if you guys are not following me here, please make sure you're following here on the Wreath Shop. Also, make sure that you're following me over on my page, the Red Rustic Rose. But that's it for tonight, you guys. I mean, this one's nice. This one is one of those that you use one sort of greenery, you put it in, and it's just like a wow factor. It's just so nice. And look how nice it looks up against a black door. Pretty, pretty. Okay, you guys, everybody have a good weekend. I'll clean this up a little bit and then take some nice pictures of it, and then you guys can see it. It's a collection. It is at the bottom. Make sure you go over to the Wreath Shop. They do have the 25% off the spring florals. I believe that is still going until midnight tonight. Make sure you guys go check that out and get some of this ribbon. Guess you'll place another order? I place orders all the time. I'm going over there tomorrow to pick up some orders. Is what it is, friends. Is what it is. Okay, you guys. Everybody have a good weekend. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Maybe. If this lets me finish it. Come on, man.